Welcome to Brewstar Reviews. Dive into the world of Amazon products with us as we provide honest, in-depth reviews to help you make informed purchasing decisions. The Dash Rapid Cold Brew Maker represents a significant shift in how people approach the creation of cold coffee at home. Traditionally, the process of making cold brew requires a substantial amount of foresight and patience. Most methods involve steeping coffee grounds in room temperature or cold water for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours to achieve that smooth low-acid flavor profile that fans of the beverage crave. This specific appliance aims to eliminate that lengthy waiting period by utilizing what the manufacturer calls VacuPress technology. This system is designed to produce 40 ounces of cold brew coffee or iced tea in under 9 minutes. By using a pressurized system to circulate water through the grounds, it extracts flavor much faster than the standard immersion method. This change in speed does not just save time, it changes the accessibility of cold brew, making it something that can be prepared on a whim rather than something that requires a day of planning. When looking at the physical construction of the unit, the centerpiece is a glass carafe that holds up to 40 ounces of liquid. The choice of glass is notable because it is a non-porous material that does not retain residual flavors or odors from previous batches, which is particularly important for those who plan to switch between coffee and different types of tea. The base of the machine houses the motor and the pressure system, while the top portion contains the filter basket where the grounds or tea leaves are placed. The overall footprint is relatively compact, designed to sit on a standard kitchen counter without occupying excessive space. The interface is straightforward, featuring a few buttons that allow the user to select their desired brew strength. This simple layout suggests an emphasis on ease of use and accessibility for the average consumer who may not want to deal with complex programming or manual calculations. The materials feel durable enough for daily use, and the transparency of the glass allows for a clear view of the brewing process as it happens. The performance of the Dash Rapid Cold Brew Maker hinges on its ability to mimic the flavor profile of traditional cold brew without the use of heat. In standard hot brewing, high temperatures are used to quickly extract oils and flavors, but this also releases certain acids and bitter compounds. Cold brew is prized for its smoother and naturally sweeter taste, which is a result of using time instead of heat for extraction. This machine attempts to bridge the gap by using pressure to force water through the grounds at a high frequency. This mechanical agitation speeds up the release of flavors while maintaining the low acidity that characterizes cold brew. Users can choose between 3 different settings, which are mild, medium, and bold. These settings essentially dictate the duration of the pressurized cycles, allowing for some level of customization based on personal taste preferences or the specific type of coffee bean being used. The mechanics of the VacuPress system involve a vacuum seal that creates a pressure differential which allows the water to penetrate the cell structure of the coffee grounds much faster than gravity alone. In a traditional jar or pitcher, the water sits stagnant and the extraction happens slowly as molecules migrate from the grounds into the water. In this rapid maker, the water is actively moved back and forth through the filter. This movement ensures that every part of the coffee ground is exposed to fresh water throughout the 9-minute cycle. This active extraction is why the machine can achieve a bold flavor in such a short window. The filter itself is a fine mesh designed to keep sediment out of the final carafe. Maintaining a clean filter is essential for the longevity of the machine and for the clarity of the coffee. For tea drinkers, the process is equally efficient. Loose leaf tea often requires specific temperatures and times to avoid bitterness, but the cold extraction method used here is much more forgiving. It allows for the delicate notes of green or white teas to come forward without the harshness that can come from over-steeping in hot water. The 40-ounce capacity is particularly useful here, as iced tea is often consumed in larger volumes than coffee. Being able to go from dry leaves to a full pitcher of chilled tea in less than 10 minutes provides a level of flexibility that traditional pitchers cannot match. Because the system operates at room temperature, the resulting drink is ready to be poured over ice immediately, which is a significant advantage during warmer months when the demand for cold beverages is high. This appliance is primarily suited for individuals who enjoy the specific taste of cold brew but find the traditional overnight steeping process to be inconvenient or easy to forget. It serves as a middle ground for those who want the quality of a specialized brew but have the time constraints of a busy lifestyle. The 40-ounce capacity makes it a viable option for households with multiple coffee drinkers or for someone who wants to brew a large batch to store in the refrigerator for a few days. Furthermore, it appeals to tea enthusiasts who want a quick way to make chilled beverages without having to boil water and then wait for it to cool down. It is also a practical choice for people with limited refrigerator space, as they no longer need to keep a large steeping pitcher taking up a shelf for 24 hours at a time. Instead, they can brew what they need in 10 minutes and store only the finished product. While the speed of this device is its most prominent feature, it is important to consider the trade-offs involved in rapid extraction. Purists who favor the very specific nuances of a 24-hour steep may find that the pressurized method produces a slightly different flavor profile, though it remains distinct from standard iced coffee, which is simply hot coffee poured over ice. At a price point of approximately $90, the Dash Rapid Cold Brew Maker represents an investment in convenience and speed. It offers a practical solution for reducing the cost and waste associated with buying pre-made cold brew from grocery stores or cafes. Cleaning the unit is another factor to consider in its overall utility. Since the carafe is glass, it can be easily rinsed or washed, and the filter basket is removable for discarding used grounds. The fact that the system does not use heating elements means there is less risk of mineral scale buildup compared to traditional drip coffee makers, although using filtered water is still generally recommended for the best taste. The aesthetic of the machine is modern and clean, with a focus on transparency, which provides visual feedback during the cycle. Ultimately, it is a functional tool for those who prioritize efficiency and want a consistent way to produce large quantities of cold or iced beverages in a fraction of the usual time. It bridges the gap between the slow artisanal process of traditional cold brewing and the immediate needs of a modern kitchen, providing a balanced approach to home beverage preparation. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest product insights. Have a product you want us to review? Drop a like and subscribe, and comment below. Until next time, happy shopping.